I'm joined by Shane Bond. Shane, welcome and thank you for being here.
Pleasure.
And congratulations are in order, I believe. Well done to you.
Thank you very much.
That.
Nice to have work.
I'm sure. I want to just go backwards a little bit and go to your very successful stint at the Mumbai Indians. You must be very proud of what you achieved there.
Yeah, it was an awesome 9 seasons. When you look back, it seems to have gone like that, but there's a hell of a lot of great memories. 4 titles, a couple of games that we won off the last ball, which I'll never forget, the adrenaline and excitement of that. So many great friendships made, not only with players but with staff as well, and a lot of fun, laughter and hard work that went in. So yeah, proud of it. We'll miss a whole lot of people there, but I'm glad I'll get the opportunity to see them, obviously just wearing a different colour.
Yeah, I mean, is there any particular player or situation that you're particularly sort of chuffed with, that you did that and you achieved that?
I think if you look at it, you look at someone like Bums, who I've had a long relationship with, and you hope in some small way that you've had an influence on his career. To come into the IPL in 2015, and he was this sort of skinny boy who'd had a knee reconstruction and didn't really play much that year and was pretty annoyed, to going through his journey to being now the best fast bowler in the world and working alongside him has been a real privilege, and it's been a lot of fun. So I'm sure that relationship will continue, even though we're not wearing the Mumbai colours together, but it's been pretty cool to share that. And also, he had his back surgery last year in my hometown, so went along with that journey with him as well. So they're the little things that are pretty cool. Interesting
that you mentioned that you can form these pretty strong bonds with players that you only see for, 2.5 months a year perhaps?
Yep.
Given that, and given the short stints you have, what would you say is the role of an IPL coach?
I think it's a number of things. My opinion of a coach is, my first job is to make a player better, no matter how good they are or their reputation, or you're dealing with Bums, who was the #1 bowler. I've got to find areas to improve his game. And so you can do that in a number of ways. You use the analysis tools, you sit down and have conversations, you talk about mindset. There's a whole range of stuff that you do, working alongside the fitness trainers as well, because they're looking at the conditioning and you work hand in hand with them. And then you just try to push buttons, and get them to explore areas perhaps they haven't seen or haven't taken into games. And that's what I do. I use information to go and pose questions to players. Hey, this is what you're doing. This is what you're doing really well, but have you thought about doing this? Or have you thought about trying that? And how do we expand your skill set? And then give them the backing to go into a match after practicing it and trying it with 100% confidence.
And would you say you've got the time and the space to do that in quite a condensed IPL window?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the beauty of being in a franchise for a long period of time, is when you come back to a team, you already have that relationship. So I've obviously got the challenge now of going into a new team and striking up new relationships and building trust with people so that feedback can get taken on board. And I remember working with someone like Lasith Malinga and talked to him about bowling around the wicket. Have you thought about bowling around the wicket because of your arm angle? And it took 2 to 3 seasons before he decided, yep, I'm going to come around the wicket and try it, and had some success. So I can't come in and expect people just to listen to what I'm going to do. Sometimes players just take a varying amount of time. But yeah, you can. I think that's the trust element. Just be genuine. Know that the players know that you're in it to help them. Present them information so they can see it's just not an opinion or a guess. And then, as I said, give them the confidence to go and do that stuff.
And now Lasith Malinga, a bowling coach himself, isn't he?
Yeah, I hope I beat him now. Yeah. But that's the beauty. That's the transition. And we've swapped teams, which is a bit different. I worked with Mali. He came across and we worked together from a bowling point of view for a season at Mumbai and worked with him. Great bloke and great player. So I hope it goes really well.
Yeah, and so now you're moving on to the Rajasthan Royals. You've mentioned kind of new possibilities and meeting new people. What are you most looking forward to about being with the franchise?
I think it's just new people, new experience. It'll be done differently. Rajasthan definitely have a different way they think about themselves as a franchise. They don't perhaps have the big budget that Mumbai have. Trent Boult's there, so a familiar face, and we have a really tight relationship. But I have these players, especially an exciting group of Indian bowlers, who I know because every year you turn up and you say hi to all the players, and that's one of the cool parts of the IPL. Now you get the opportunity to work alongside them and see the things that you've watched on TV that you go, I think there's some opportunities here, and perhaps have an impact that way.
Now, I wanted to ask you about Trent Boult, who you obviously know very well. What are you most looking forward to about working with him? And do you think there's anything you can teach him?
I always try to push his buttons. His humour, I mean, he's a character, Trent. I think we've got a huge amount of trust. I met Trent when he was 18, won a fast bowling competition at home, and I was playing for New Zealand and he was a kid, and then New Zealand
But a
bowling
tall
coach
kid, right?
Yeah, no, just a scrawny little kid who was bowling quick, and then New Zealand bowling coach for 3 years, worked at with Mumbai. We have a very close relationship. So I think the thing is with Trent, he's a great bowler. You can see the skills he's developing over this World Cup with the knuckleballs and the different things that he's doing. I think it's just understanding him as a person. I understand him pretty well, his mindset, the way he thinks about his game, and I'm just there to help him and still just find those little areas where I can get him better.
And then what about some of the new and younger players in the setup? I mean, some of the young Indian players. Is there anyone you've spotted that you're looking forward to working with?
I'm looking forward to working with Prasidh Krishna. He's just come off a back surgery that I had, so he's coming, and I understand that mindset of him coming back and trying to get his way back into the Indian team and be a regular fixture. So I'm really looking forward to seeing him. He's got a lot of pace, but there's a really nice group of Indian fast bowlers, Asif, Kuldeep Sen, and some overseas players like Obed McCoy, who I've seen a lot on the T20 circuit as well. So super excited to work with those guys.